Hi students, welcome back. Today we are discussing certain problems related with the circular motion and some other problems related with the friction. Okay. In the case of circular motion, any body which is moving in a circular manner will possess centripetal force. That centripetal force can be written as centripetal force Fc, which is equal to mv square divided by r. Or it can be written as, we know that V is equal to R omega. So we can written as mR omega square. Centripetal force is equal to mR omega square or mv square divided by R. Now we want to discuss what about the velocity, maximum velocity with which a car which is moving along a horizontal frictional circular road. Okay, in the case of horizontal frictional circular road, the maximum velocity with which the car can move without slipping, that is given by V is equal to root of mu rg. Mu is the coefficient of friction, r is the radius of curvature of the rod, g is the acceleration due to gravity. This is the equation for the maximum velocity. In the case of horizontal circular rod with friction. Okay. Now, if the rod is banged and this rod is frictionless, then what about the maximum velocity with which the vehicle can move along this banged rod? That is V is equal to root of Rg tan theta. Okay, root of Rg tan theta is the maximum velocity with which the vehicle can move along the banged circular rod. Okay, in the case of banged circular rod, okay, maximum velocity with which the vehicle can move. This surface is, the banged rod is frictionless. Frictionless banged rod. Okay. Now, if the banged rod is frictional, then velocity, maximum velocity with which the vehicle can move, that can be written as root of Rg into mu plus tan theta divided by 1 minus mu tan theta. Mu tan theta is the equation used to find out the maximum velocity. Okay, if the rod is banged and frictional. Okay, frictional banged rod. In that case, velocity, maximum velocity with which the vehicle can move, that is written as V is equal to root of Rg into mu plus tan theta divided by 1 minus mu tan theta. Okay. These are the equations corresponds to the circular rod. Okay, in the case of horizontal circular rod with friction, V is equal to root of mu Rg. In the case of banged rod without friction, V is equal to root of Rg tan theta. Then banged rod with friction. Okay, banged rod. Okay, banged rod with friction. Okay. Banged rod with friction, velocity V is equal to root of Rg into mu plus tan theta divided by 1 minus mu tan theta. Okay. Now we can do certain problems. Our first question, a cyclist while taking a curved path leans away from the vertical at an angle 1 degree. Okay, angle of leaning is given, it's equal to 1 degree. If he doubles his speed at an angle of leaning should be adjusted. Okay, if he doubles his speed, the angle of leaning should be adjusted to nearly. Okay, when the velocity or speed of the cyclist increased to twice as that of the initial velocity, what about the angle of leaning? That's our question. For this we know that V square is equal to Rg tan theta. Then what about, it is in the case of first case. And what about the second case? In the second case, if he doubles his speed, that is 2v the whole square, it's equal to Rg. Here it's taken as theta 1, Rg into tan theta 2. Okay, we want to find out the angle of leaning. So the first angle of leaning is taken as theta 1 and second angle of leaning is taken as theta 2. In the first case, velocity is taken as v, and the second case, velocity is equal to 2v. Okay. Then on dividing these two equations, v square divided by 4v square, that's equal to Rg get cancelled, then tan theta 1 divided by tan theta 2. Okay, v square get cancelled, then tan theta 2 is equal to 4 times, okay, 4 times tan theta 1. Okay, 4 into tan, okay, here in the first case the angle of leaning is equal to 1 degree, tan 1 degree. If the angle is very small, tan 1 is taken as 1 itself, tan theta is taken as theta. If the angle is very small, tan theta is taken as theta, then 4 into, here tan 1 degree, 1 is very small, then tan 1 degree is taken as 1. Okay, therefore, what about tan theta 2? Tan theta 2 is equal to 4 degree. Then theta 2 is taken as 4 degree. Okay, theta 2 which is taken as 4 degree. Okay, if the angles are very small, tan theta is approximated to theta. Here tan theta 2 is approximated to theta 2. Okay. Tan theta 1 is approximated to theta 1. Theta 1 is equal to 1 degree. So 4 into 1 degree, that's equal to 4 degree. 4 degree is the answer. Okay, the angle of leaning in the second case, that's equal to 4 degree. Okay. A second question. One height h, a curved rod of width 5 meter be banked if the mean radius of curvature r is 5 km and the maximum allowable speed in the curved track is 90 km per hour. Okay, speed is given. Speed b is equal to 90 km per hour. That is 90 into 5 by 18. That's equal to, okay, 2 cancel to 10, 5. Okay. That's equal to 25 meter per second. Velocity or speed of the vehicle in the curved track is equal to 25 meter per second. Okay. The radius of curvature, mean radius of curvature r is given. R is equal to 5 km. Radius of curvature, capital R is equal to 5 km. Okay. Width of the rod is given. Width W is equal to width is equal to 5 meter. We want to find out height h. Okay. Here we can take v square is equal to Rg tan theta. V is equal to 25. 25 square is 25 into 25. That's equal to radius of curvature of the rod. Small r is the radius of curvature. Here it is given as capital R. Therefore, Rg tan theta. Capital Rg tan theta. R is equal to 5 km. That is 5 into 10 raised to 3 meter. G is equal to 10 meter per second square into tan theta. Okay. Then 25 into 25, that is 625. 625 divided by 5 into 10 raised to 3 into 10. It's equal to tan theta. Okay. Then what about tan theta? Tan theta can be find out by using tan theta can be find out from the diagram. From the diagram it is clear that this is the width of the rod. Width of the rod which is given as 5 meter. Width W is equal to 5 meter. Banking is here. Okay. This is the height of banking. Height of banking which we want to find out that height. Okay, what height is the curved rod of width BB band? We want to find out that height. From here, this angle is equal to theta. From here, what about tan theta? Tan theta is equal to opposite side divided by adjacent side. Therefore, we can write 625 divided by 5 into 10 raised to minus 4. That is equal to h divided by w. Okay, tan theta is equal to h divided by w. Okay. Then h is equal to w. What about w? Width of the rod is equal to 5 meter, which is given. Okay. 5 into 625 into 10 raised to minus 4 divided by 5. 5 get cancelled. It's equal to 625 into 10 raised to minus 4. Okay. That can be written as 0.0625 meter, or it is written as 6.25 centimeter. Okay, 6.25 centimeter is the answer, or 0.0625 meter is the width of height with which the rod be banked. Okay, our next question. A car of mass 2000 kg is moving on an arched over bridge of radius 10 meter. Okay, radius is given. What is the maximum speed with which the car can move on the bridge so that it is not thrown out of the track? Okay, that's our question. We know that V square is equal to Rg tan theta. Rg tan theta. Here angle is not given. That's equal to R. R is equal to radius. Radius is given. Radius of the bridge is given. It's equal to 10. Acceleration due to gravity, which is taken as 10. 10 into tan theta. Theta is not given here. Therefore, tan theta is approximated to 1. Then V is equal to 10. 10 meter per second. 10 meter per second is the velocity. Or we can write it as 10 into 18 divided by 5. That's equal to 36 kilometer per hour. Kilometer per hour. Okay. 36 kilometer per hour or 10 meter per second is the velocity with which the car can move on the bridge so that it is not thrown out of the track. Okay. Our next question. A body of mass capital M is kept pressed against a vertical wall by a horizontal force F is equal to mg. Okay, a ball of mass capital M which is pressed on a wall. Okay, with a force F is equal to mg. With a force F is equal to mg. Okay. 0.3 is the coefficient of kinetic friction between the ball and the body. Okay, here the surface is rough. So there will be a coefficient of kinetic friction and it's equal to 0.3. Okay. The acceleration with which its body falls down. We want to find out what about the acceleration of the body with which it falls down. Okay. From the diagram, we can say that weight of this body which is acting downward, it's equal to mg. The body moves in this direction. Okay, acceleration is in the downward direction. So, what about the frictional force acting there? Frictional force acting there which is in this direction. This is the frictional force. Okay. What about the reaction which is acting on the body, which is reaction which is acting normal to the body, that's equal to capital R. Okay, then from here we can write mg minus, okay, weight of the body mg minus frictional force is equal to m into a. Okay. Mg is the weight of the body which is acting downward, which is opposed by the frictional force. Okay, then mg minus frictional force is equal to m into a, acceleration of that body. Then what about frictional force? frictional force F is equal to mu into reaction. Okay, here reaction R is balanced by the force F is equal to mg. Okay, reaction R is balanced by mg force. Okay, capital M into G be the force which is acting there. Okay, mg. Then on substituting the value of R in this equation, friction can be written as mu into mg. Okay, then we can write mg minus mu into mg, which is equal to m into a. Okay, then on rearranging, mg is taken outside into 1 minus mu is equal to m into a. M get cancelled, then acceleration A is equal to G into 1 minus mu. Okay, G into, what about the value of mu here? Mu is equal to 0.3, coefficient of kinetic friction which is given there, 0.3, then 1 minus 0.3 which is equal to 0.7 G. Okay, that's equal to 7. Okay, G is taken as 10. Then 0.7 into 10, that's equal to 7 meter per second square. Okay, this is the acceleration of that mass capital M. Okay, our next question, a body of mass capital M is held against a vertical wall by a force P. Okay, a mass is here, this mass M is held against a vertical wall by acting a force P, the direction of which is inclined to the vertical by an angle theta. Force is applied at an angle theta with the vertical. Okay. If the body is on verge of sliding down, okay, the body will have the tendency to slide down. The coefficient of friction between the body and the wall is, we want to find out what about the coefficient of friction between the body and the wall. Okay. Okay. For this, we know that the weight of the body which is acting down, that's equal to m into g. Okay. Body will have the tendency to slide down. So, frictional force which is acting just opposite to that. Okay. What about the acceleration of the system? Acceleration of the system is taken as 0. Okay. Here P be the force which is acting in this direction by making an angle theta. So, the force P can be resolved into two components, P cos theta and P sin theta. Okay. Here this angle is equal to theta. Then what about this angle? This angle is also equal to theta. Then which component of P is here? P is cos theta is here. Here it's equal to P sin theta. Okay. Then what about the balanced forces which are acting there? Okay. Weight of the body mg which is acting downward, frictional force which is acting upward, P cos theta which is also acting upward. So we can write mg which is balanced by friction F plus P cos theta. Okay, F is the frictional force, mg is the weight of the body, P cos theta is the component of force which is acting on the body. Here P cos theta and F both are in the same direction. So we can write mg is equal to F plus P cos theta. From here F is equal to mg minus P cos theta. Okay. What about the frictional force? Frictional force is equal to mu into R. Mu into R is equal to mg minus P cos theta. Okay. What about the reaction? Reactional force which is acting normal to the body. Okay. Here reaction which is balanced by P sin theta. Okay. Reaction which is acting normal to the body which is balanced by P sin theta. So we can write R is equal to P sin theta. Okay. Then our equation mu into P sin theta is equal to mg minus P cos theta. Okay. Then coefficient of friction mu is equal to mg minus p cos theta divided by mg minus p cos theta divided by p sin theta. Okay, this is the coefficient of friction. Okay, equation. Now we can substitute the value of m, p and theta in this equation. We can find out what about mu. Mu equal to m is equal to 10 kg, 10 into g is equal to 10 minus p is equal to p applied force is equal to 60 Newton, 60 into cos 30, cos 30 is equal to root 3 by 2 divided by p into sin, p is equal to 60, 60 into sin 30, sin 30 is equal to 1 by 2. Okay, that is 100 minus 2 cancel to 60, that is 30, 30 root 3 divided by 30. Okay, this is the value of mu. Then on solving this, we got the answer as 100 minus 30 into root 3. 30 into root 3 is approximately equal to 52. 52 divided by 30. That's equal to 48 divided by 30. 48 by 30. And it is approximated as, or it's equal to 1.6. Okay, 1.6 is the coefficient of friction which is acting between the block and the wall. Okay, next question. A uniform chain of length 20 meter lies on a horizontal table. Okay, if the coefficient of friction between the chain and the surface of the table is 0.6 Newton. 0.6. Okay, coefficient of friction between the chain and the surface of the table which is given here. The maximum length of the chain that can hang over the edge of the table without slipping is. Okay, we want to find out maximum length of the chain that can hang over the edge of the table. Okay, for this we can draw the diagram just like this. This is the table surface. A chain of length 20 meter. Okay, which is lying on the table. Okay. A small part of that is hung over the edge of the table. Okay, without slipping. Okay, without slipping. Okay, we want to find out what maximum length of the chain that can hang over the surface without slipping is. Okay, if capital M is the mass of the chain, then mass per unit length of the chain is equal to M by L. Mass per unit length is equal to M by L. L length have mass capital M. Then M by L is the mass per unit length. Okay. If we take X is the length of the hung portion, and the portion is having a length is equal to X, then what about the mass of this length X? Mass of the length X is equal to M by L into X. Okay. Then weight of this portion, weight of the corresponding portion which is acting downward, which is equal to M by L into X into G, which is the weight which is acting downward. Then tension acting here is tension which is acting in the upward direction and it is taken as T. Capital T be the tension which is acting there. Then from there we can write T is equal to M by L into X into G because there is no acceleration. Here we want to find out the maximum length of the chain without slipping. Okay, therefore acceleration of the case is taken as 0. Then T is balanced by M by L into X into G. Okay. What about the remaining length? Remaining length is equal to L minus X. L is the total length of the chain. X is the length of this portion. Then what about the remaining length? The remaining length is equal to L minus X. Then M by L into L minus X is the mass of the remaining portion. Okay. Then weight of this portion, weight of the remaining portion which is acting downward, which is equal to M by L into L minus X into G. Okay. M by L into L minus X into G is the weight of the portion which is remains on the table. Okay. We know that the tension acting on this L minus X portion which is in this direction, that is represented by T. Here the surface is rough, so there will be a frictional force. Coefficient of friction is given there. That frictional force acting in this direction, the chain will have the tendency to move down. So the frictional force is acting just opposite to that of tension. Okay. Then what about the balanced force on the horizontal surface or on the surface of the table? Here also there is no acceleration, so we can say that tension which is balanced by the frictional force. Tension which is balanced by the frictional force F. What about friction? We know that frictional force is equal to mu into reaction R. That's equal to mu into, what about the reaction? Okay, weight of the body which is acting downward, then reaction which is acting upward. Then the reaction R is equal to M by L into L minus X into G. Okay, tension acting on the horizontal portion, that's equal to mu into M by L into L minus X into G. Now we can equate these two tensions. Okay, that is M by L into X into G, which is equal to mu into M by L into L minus X into G. Okay. M by L get cancelled, G get cancelled, then X is equal to mu into L minus X. Okay. X equal to mu into L minus X. Okay. On rearranging this, we can write X plus mu X, which is equal to L into mu. Okay. Then X into 1 plus mu is equal to, X into 1 plus mu is equal to L into mu. So X equal to L mu divided by 1 plus mu. Okay. Now we can substitute the value of L mu on that equation. Then X is equal to, what about L? L is equal to 20. 20 into mu is equal to 0.6 divided by 1 plus mu, that is equal to 1 plus 0.6. 12 divided by 1.6. Okay, 12 divided by 1.6, which is equal to 7.5. Okay, 7.5 meter is the length of the hanged portion, maximum length of the chain that hang over the edge of the table for without slipping. Okay.